Hello guys, and welcome to my next part of the PGR2 Platinum walkthrough. New video in the new series. This time it's the American Muscle series, which is very evident by now if you look at the cars. So we're driving a new car, obviously, which is the Corvette Stingray. I believe it's the C2 or C3, but I believe it's the C2. And well, yeah, as in tradition, it is a class-leading car, although there are some other cars, I believe 2 cars like that in the front, which is the Camaro, no, the Mustang, and this should be the Camaro behind us, which are, well, really not far off speed-wise around the track from the Corvette. But the Corvette has the slight acceleration and even the top speed edge, if I'm not mistaken. So it's obviously also a completely new location, a new city. This time it's Chicago, and we're doing a street race, a 2-lap street race. So I have complained a little bit about Chicago and Hong Kong as the 2 locations in the game, because sometimes it's really difficult to see in the shade where you need to go. Here in Chicago, it's during the day, I would say it's better than in Hong Kong, but during the night you will see that later on, also in other series and future parts. It has a lot of track variations and a lot of spots on those track variations, which are so incredibly difficult to navigate during the night. But, well, more about that later. Enjoy the replay. So the next race is again a street race in Chicago, again 2 laps, and again using the Corvette, but in a different color this time for this little bit of variation. So as you have possibly already noticed, this series is by far the longest series that I have done and uploaded. And well, I would say that this series just overstays its welcome far too much. I mean, I love me some muscle cars, you know, I'm not a huge fan, but they're cool, you know, they're fun, they are good in acceleration, they're drifty, it's fun using them, but like compare it to the other series with far more interesting cars, which are in general also a lot better to drive, they have been much shorter, and there's no real reason for that, in my opinion. And especially later, you will see that in the later parts of the later series, where there are amazing cars like the Corvette C5, it should be, Ferrari F355, Ferrari 360 Modena, Ferrari 575 Maranello, etc., etc. In these series will be either not longer than this one, or actually often considerably shorter, and that just doesn't make sense. The progression in the Kudos Championship is somewhat weird. It's just that they made this series here far too long. It just doesn't make sense. Like, why would you not, in the progression, like in the idea of progression, make every series a little bit longer? But no, it's like kind of back and forth, you know, and especially the latest series, it should be longer than the ones like this, which is the 9th. There are 14 in total in the game, so there will be 5 further parts that I'm gonna upload and release. So yeah, I was just a little bit upset about that they would make such an quote-unquote uninteresting series like this so long. The thing is, though, that the developers heightened the number of events, of challenges per series. In that they were quite consistent, but apparently they just didn't account for the actual length you would take in time in order to beat them. And this is why the length of the series is like up and down, and there is not really a progression in that sense throughout the Kudos career. Yeah. This track, though, is also a variation that is used quite often in this series and in the later ones. I have driven this track quite a few times. So the next challenge is a hot lap through Chicago. 1 lap, of course, because it's a hot lap challenge. Using the Corvette again. I did try with some other cars, but yeah, the Corvette has just this slight edge speed-wise, and its handling isn't too bad. It's very drifty and slidey, but when you can control that and well work with that if you want, so then it's a very good car for every single challenge in this series. Relatively short, far under 2 minutes long, but yeah, it still definitely needed a few tries. Like, it wasn't really easy in my opinion. You did need to have a good line. As you can see, most of my lines here in this challenge are pretty accurate, pretty ideal. I liked again this detail with the tram and the train driving around the city on these heightened railways and tracks. I love that. I love that. In Germany, as far as I know, there's only one city to have that, or well, certainly not too many. The one I know of which has that also is Hamburg. Is one of my favorite cities in the world. I love going there. Unfortunately, I don't live too far away in Hanover, so 90 minutes drive away. Okay, less than a second left by crossing the line. Not too bad. Let's get into the next challenge, which is a head-to-head, of course, against another Corvette as the fastest car of the class, and this time in the rain in Chicago. A rainy, dirty, gray, gritty Chicago. I have alluded to this in one of my earlier videos of the series, but I always had a soft spot for Chicago as a city in movies, mostly obviously American movies, and games like back then on the PS1, Driver 2 had the city as well. And yeah, I don't know why I do have this soft spot for it. Maybe because it is so gritty, because as far as I know, it does have this reputation of this grittiness and a certain harsh mentality of the people living there. I don't know really. This is the impression I had through movies. What do you think? Especially you American viewers, maybe even coming yourself from Chicago, which would be cool. Comment below what's your opinion on Chicago, and the mentality of the people living there? I would love to know. So yeah, while these tracks aren't the best in the game and are using obviously a lot of 90 degrees turns as an American city, it's still far better than Hong Kong, which is my least favorite city and well tracks layout in the game. Chicago, in my opinion, does the flow a little bit better, and I like the look of the city a lot more. This is a cool corner where you can like drift to the left and just take it that way. I love doing that. And the other guy in the Corvette is obviously pretty fast. I mean, again, my driving isn't perfect, but far from being bad this time around. And he just keeps up rather easily. Yeah, that was bad though. Shame. My 250 clean race bonus is gone with that. But still doing almost 1,000 kudos. Not too shabby. Man, he's just quick. Come on, can we crack into 1,000? I don't know, I don't think so. Should be at the end already, right? No, I just lost my 50 points. Dang. Yeah. 2 points for a clean line, alright. Okay, it's not gonna be 1,000. Which is fine. So the next challenge is a street race. We're driving again in Chicago, but this time during the night. Of course, using the Corvette again. This time in black for a little bit of variety. And because it looks pretty cool in black, especially during the night. Hot damn. But I smashed it right at the beginning of the race, which sucks. Doesn't look as beautiful anymore, huh? Or so beautiful. Out of my way. Oh, and this is basically the first time you can see what I was complaining about the whole time. And this is the lack of visibility during the night in Chicago. Like, just try to pay a little bit attention to where you can see where I actually need to go, and try to imagine you would be playing that yourself, like where you would need to concentrate on the playing itself and this. Like, look at this. Can you really see where to go? Okay, here it's easy because of the arrows. Here too, but there are often instances on the tracks of Chicago during the night where it's almost impossible to make out where you need to go, really. Or it would be really difficult to guess or to anticipate, even if there are these arrows, because they are in the dark and the only thing you see are the arrows themselves, but not its surroundings, and it's just very difficult to calculate where the braking point, the ideal braking point would be for the car. Or brake spot, braking point sounds a little bit wrong. Although I just noticed that in this track it's okay, you know. Like here it's rather difficult again, but in most parts on this track configuration it's fine. But in the later ones you will see that, well, yeah, it gets a lot harder to see. Oh damn, clean race bomb is gone. Well, I just spun him very unpolitely. These are my opponents. There. I like this very sharp corner. Last lap. So here at least we're gonna break the 1000 kudos point limit. That's for sure. Someone's right behind me, it seems. Yep, the Camaro. The Mustang. Which is obviously also an absolutely great car. Always liked it in other racing games too. Even in GT Sport, it's great, where it's the Shelby GT 350. Like the high-end old Mustang, if you want so. But still, it was one of the best, if not the best, old muscle car in GT Sport. I'm gonna upload some Tsukuba hot laps with all of the muscle cars in GT Sport, by the way. And if I think about when I'm gonna upload them in this race, then this video, then I just realized that they are probably, by the time you're watching this video, they are probably already up and you can find them on my channel. Okay, over 1,200 points, nice. So the next challenge is the second cone challenge of the series, and obviously we'll be using the Corvette again, as it's really best suited, especially for the cone challenges with its driftiness and slidiness. And this time we're driving in a new location, completely new location for the first time in the game, which is the next American city, Washington, DC, which is, well, its capital, by the way. Yeah, right. Not many games featured this city to drive through. As far as I know, the Test Drive series did it a few times, but other than that, I don't know any other game to do that. The tracks in Washington themselves are often high-speed tracks, as you can see, long straights, often very wide streets, a lot of space. And this cone challenge was one of the easier ones. There's at least one more cone challenge in Washington in the Cobra series, and it was also one of the easier ones, so I was happy about that. So, first lap down, here you just need to put the pedal to the metal, yeah, and just drive quick. Put little drifts between them in the corners, as always. Well, that was close. The target is 15,250, by the way, as you can see. Oh, that was close. Almost hit the cone. A little drift here again. This is all full throttle part. So here you just need to be really quick, and you can be, but you're braking hard. Nice slide, and we're already above the kudos target. Coming through the line with over almost 18,000. Okay, so the next race is a street race in Washington again, 3 laps. Relatively long, this race, 5 minutes. And we have 7 opponents this time. Wait, were it more? 2, 4, 6, 7, no, 7. And at the front, of course, another Corvette, which I bumped a little bit unfairly. Sorry for that. And there was a rather chaotic race, where the Camaros and especially the Mustangs were very, very strong and put up a lot of competition. I had to fight them basically all race long. The clicking you hear next to the recording is me trying live to securing a PlayStation 5 on Amazon.de, where the sale of the product started 7 minutes ago and the servers just crashed immediately, and I never even saw the PS5 as being actively sold. But like, don't worry, the scalpers make sure to get every single unit anyway, and this is probably for the next at least 6 months, I would guess, because of COVID, probably for the next 12 or 18 months, maybe longer, which is great because, you know, like, I like waiting years for a new electronic device that's been already released. Like every techie, you know, every gamer, we love waiting years for the new product. Isn't that great? And especially if my favorite, by far favorite, new entry of my favorite racing game franchise comes out, namely Gran Turismo 7, I possibly won't have a PS5 in my hands, and this won't piss me off at all. No. I might even go as far and even pay a effing scalper myself. Like, I would possibly sink this low, you know? Forget all my dignity just to play this game. I just want to play GT7, you know, and upload new content of this. This is gonna be my next very big project, GT7, whenever this one launches. Maybe 21, maybe 22, in the worst case 23, but I guess it will be at the latest 22. So yeah, this is the clicking you're hearing next to the video, and it's just ridiculous. Almost 10 minutes and the servers are just dead. This track is a lot of fun. Most of the tracks in Washington, or actually all, are a lot of fun. They're very quick, very fast, very, very wide roads, a lot of room for cornering, for speed, a lot of long straights, a lot of jumps. The Congress in the background there, isn't it the Congress? I'm not sure. Please don't hate me if I'm wrong. I'm not American. Ooh, a lot of understeering going on there. Look at this thing. This is just so wild. But very fun. Very, very good car in this game, at least. Very cool. In GT Sport, it wasn't really pleasant to drive, honestly, but it was expectedly pretty quick. I told that already anyway, forget that. We will be collecting almost 2,000 kudos points in this race, by the way, because thankfully it is so long. It has jumps, which gives you all kudos points. Look at the opponents go. They're really quick in this race. They're not about to give up at all. this should be it. Yep, this is the last lap. So the next challenge is a hot lap again, this time in the rain. 118 or something was the target time. And yes, even in the rain I would be using the slidey and drifty Corvette, as it's still an amazing car. This challenge was a little tougher than the average hot lap challenge, I believe. Like, look at my driving, look at my lines. It was, dare I say, even almost impeccable. It was good. And it needed to be good in order to beat the challenge. Using all the space. Now, how do I tackle this one? Okay, that was beautiful. I know I'm patting myself on the back here. Well, that was beautiful. And even here, man, using all the space I've got. Oh, that was close. Did you see that? Clipping the wall. And again, using all the space. How much time left? No, more than half a second. Not too bad. Alright, so the next challenge is a timed run, 2 laps. Again in Washington, again in the rain, and again with the Corvette, this time in some green. Good line, good turn. This one was actually also quite challenging. As you will see, my driving here was also near perfect, if you want so. Because again, it needed to be. A little update, by the way, on my PS5 ordering adventure on Amazon. Of course, the servers were down immediately, and when they came back up, the PS5 was gone. So I again had no luck, because this is the only thing you need when ordering those. Pure luck. I had none of that again, and well, won't get a PS5 this time around, and probably the next 10 times or more that they are going to be online on Amazon. So yeah, I gotta wait for this at least a few more months, possibly 1 or 2 years. Let's see how quick that goes, and if I will have GT7 in my hands before I do have a PS5 in my hands, which would make me so happy to have a game that I can play. Anyway, enough with the complaining. I'm being, of course, a little bit over dramatic and sarcastic here, but yeah, the whole scalping situation just really pisses me off. Nice cornering here, weight transfer. I must say, the combination of Washington, Corvette and rain is a really fun one in this game. You know, and using all the space of these very wide turns on the tracks on Washington. It's just, it has its own charm and appeal. Long straight, wow, over 1.5 seconds left. Not too bad. Alright, so the next challenge is a street race in Washington again, 4 laps this time around. And, well, obviously again using the Corvette. I believe I did use it in every single challenge, at least in the recorded videos. I did try some of the other cars a few times on different challenges of this series, but they were really never good enough to score first place. This is the exact spot that is going to be used in a speed trap challenge in a future series. Race ball was gone. Man, the Mustang is really pretty quick. This turn is so technical, it's so difficult to maneuver perfectly. This too, it looked easy, but to get just the right angle is really difficult. Here it's a little bit easier, because that's like some standard 90 degrees turns. Look at him go, wow. I mean, my driving was actually pretty good right now, and they caught up just like that. Although in this part I'm mostly quicker than them. Yeah, that was good. It didn't look clean, but it was quick. You will see. Yeah, there we go. I build up a lead again. And for this section I'm mostly quicker than them. Quick turn to the right. Not a very technical turn again. Left-hander? Oh no, it's not. It's like, it's precursor, so to say, and then here it is. Yeah, it was okay. A little slow and bumped the wall too hard. So, highly technical right-hander. It was okay, but I'm never really quick through there. It's this angle to perfectly well get it. It's really difficult. Okay, good driving here. I was always strong in that section. Nice, nice. Oh, that was good. Using the weight transfer of the car. That was great. And, yeah, look at that. Build up a really good lead. That was good. Not perfect, but pretty good. Oh wow, I didn't want to touch this wall. Lost some time, consequence. That was good. Good line. No, that really wasn't. No, not at all. And obviously they would catch up. I just can't get this turn right. I just can't do it. And in many of the future challenges and races on this track, it wasn't different, honestly. There's always this one turn you just can't get right on some tracks, and this is one of those. Oh, that wasn't good. Still build up a lead again, and we're through. So the next race is a street race again, but this time we're back to Chicago, and we're driving at night, again in the black Corvette. And there's a modern Mustang in there at the front again. Oh, I believe it was one of those races that they had to do many times over and over because it was really difficult. Oh, and the modern Camaro also at the front. It might be one of those. It is one of those last races which are untypically long and hard with a lot of very fast AI and very challenging track layouts. Look how he's fighting me. Now an old Mustang at the front. Like, did you see where I needed to go there? Oh, this is one of those tracks. Or here, like it's... You know, you can see it, but not really well again. Here, that's okay. It's lit up enough. Here too. Well, here as well. That was good cornering. Yep. Build up a lead. That was pretty good too. Like, look. Where's the track? Okay. Ah, it's actually fine on this track. But in the future episodes, you will really see what the really hellish and just far too dark tracks are. It was pretty bad, by the way. Unfortunately, I threw away my clean race bonus. If I didn't early anyway, didn't pay attention. At least we're over 1,000 kudos points. Yeah, I like this corner. I like this section. That was just bad. I probably forgot where I need to go. That was good cornering, but still too slow apparently. They're really close behind me, closely behind me. Oh, that was good. That was nice. That... Not really. I was trying to cover him, you know, so he wouldn't try to attempt to overtake me on the inside, but it kind of went to the shitter and this. Oh man, it's just bad right now. Oh, that was okay again. And we threw over 1,500 points. Nice. So the next challenge is this series' speed trap. And the target speed is 188 km/h or 117 mph. So obviously, what's important as in any other speed trap challenge, take the corner as quick as you can. Take the ideal line. Take as much speed on the straight as you can. Don't move and steer too much in order to not to lose too much speed. And in most cases, it will work out. Pretty sure I reached exactly 188 km/h here. Alright, on to the next challenge, which is a street race, again for Chicago. Probably at night, yeah, it is at night, 5 laps this time, a long race, which will be the last or second to last race of this series. Finally, thankfully. I mean, again, the cars are fun and fine, but this series far overstays its welcome. More than any other series, absolutely. And honestly, I don't know what the developers were thinking. They are English, by the way, so there's certainly not a national bias, if you want. So, I don't want to say that they're so unprofessional as to that they would do such a thing, like prefer a certain car class just because of their nationality. Of course, they wouldn't, but yeah, that's certainly not the case. They're English, and the cars here are all exclusively American. This part here on the track is absolutely cool with the lights, you know, how they move over the car when you drive so quickly. It just looks amazing. Yeah, this race was difficult, I remember. Here, very bad visibility, as you have just seen, going into the corner, and there are multiple parts of the track, which is the case as here, it is here or here. And well, the AI isn't really fazed by that. They just, you know, they just race very quickly, as if they have driven this track a million times. And it's absolutely not easy to catch up to them. Well, that was just bad. Just re-ended in and almost spun myself in the process. But unfortunately, fortunately, basically on all tracks, there are some sections where the AI is just objectively too slow, weirdly slow, where you can gain ground on them. I don't know why I did this. I believe that I actually believe that the track goes to the left. Don't ask me why, but yeah, the visibility on the TV when you would be playing, even in the dark room, was just abysmal. Like here, can you really see where you need to go? Or here, like when you turn, or here? It's super bad. It's just far too dark and it just blends in all together. Like here, look, where is the rail? It's when you see the rail, it's far too late. It's like then you are almost already in it. And the other Corvette was just really so quick around this track. What a jackass. Not easy to overtake on these tight parts. Now let's see how I do this. Man, they are fighty, you know. It's now 2 Corvettes behind me. And if I'm not mistaken, the second one on 3rd place, the blue one, was the faster one. It almost always caught up to the red one, and then started to hunt me down and was always quicker than I was, even if I was driving as well as right now, the last few corners. It's just, well, very quick. That was okay cornering here. This beautiful section again, I really like that. It just looks really cool. And I always liked this corner, and mostly I even drove it pretty well. So down to the tunnel. Again, bad angle. It's too slow. And into the wall. But this is the turn I hated the most. You just can't see where you need to brake ideally. I could never memorize the... well, is it braking point or just brake point? You know what I mean. The point where you would need to ideally to brake in order to go through the corner as quick as possible. Got some lead there, but not too big. Oh, that was really good. Yeah. That was not too bad. Over 1,500 kudos by now. This corner I finally got it somewhat right. That was really good. Across the line? Oh yeah, but still one more lap to go. Can we break the 2,000 points? Probably not. That was okay-ish. Very controlled there, very little sliding. Just quick controlled cornering. Yeah, that was okay. Not too bad. So, last time rushing through this section here. Was okay. Okay guys, so this is the last race. Thank you again for watching as always. If you enjoyed it, please like, leave a comment, maybe sub, maybe share it somewhere, and I'll see you in the next one.